9. Rejoice, young man, during your childhood, and let your heart be pleasant during the days of young manhood. And follow the impulses of your heart and the desires of your eyes. Yet you know that God will bring you to judgment for all these things. Do you know what he's saying? Somebody tell me what this verse is saying. What is this verse saying? Verse 9. Mark, you can crack that window. What is it saying in verse 9? I'll read it again. Rejoice, young man, during your childhood. In other words, Tyree, let your hair down, boy. You want to go to that party? Go on, man. Man, light up that joint. Yeah, that's what it's saying. Do it. Listen to what the preacher's saying. See, y'all don't want to get real with it. Y'all sitting up in here lying to me. Look what he said. Rejoice, young man, during your childhood, and let your heart be pleasant during the days of young manhood. And follow the impulses of your heart. What is the impulses of your heart?
Wicked.
Wicked. Come on.
Wicked.
Girl, what you doing there? Who you here with? I ain't here with nobody. Nah, baby, you here with me. You my boo. Nah, you know, he's talking about follow the impulses of your heart and the desires of your eyes. Yeah, but you sure fine. You ain't got nobody yet, girl. Well, you know, we can hook up. This is what the preacher's saying right here. Preacher ain't lying. And then he says, yet know that God will bring you to judgment for all these things. See, the preacher said, I'm going to be real with it. I know what you're all about. But are you going to humble yourself and know that I'm bringing you into judgment? Oh, you don't believe me yet, do you? Okay. Matthew 10:26. New Testament. Matthew chapter 10, verse 26. For those of you that are new to this, the more you use the Bible, the better you get used to it. You'll get it quick. 10:26, the words of Christ. This is what he said. Therefore do not fear them. For there is nothing covered that will not be revealed, and hidden that will not be known. Do you know what Jesus is saying? Every thought and deed and action, every phone call, every secret meeting place, every time you got butt naked, every time you killed somebody and put them out, in the judgment, bam, right in front of you, it's coming back to haunt you. This is biblical Christianity. I don't know why anybody would want to be a Christian. Why would anybody want to be a Christian to be confronted with such? Oh, let's go to Romans chapter 2, verse 16. In the New Testament, Romans chapter 2, verse 16. Guess what it says? It says, on the day when, according to my gospel, Paul writes, God will judge the secrets of men through Christ Jesus. You know what those secrets are? Those secrets. That's some damn secrets. I'm gonna wait till midnight. Secrets. Secrets. Well, don't nobody know. Secrets. What keeps me a Christian is that I know this. I know this. I was exhausted when I got in from college yesterday. I just watched the movie. I said, I'm just going to watch a movie. I'm not going to visit nobody. I'm not asking nobody to come by. I just watched the movie and I just fell asleep. Because I know that God's going to judge my secrets. My friends, Garland, my secrets. Every one of them. Every one of them, Garland. Because I can't hide from him. Now, you think all these people in this society that we live in know this? No, because they don't believe that there's a God. Right, Miss Bumper? We've been talking about that in the classroom. They trying to tell us, hey, there ain't no God. Ain't no God. It's, man, what God? Wait a minute. We're not finished. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 5. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 5. See, the Bible is where we get all of our answers. And God says, I got your number, and I want you to be humble. You're going to refuse to humble yourself, but I'm going to humble you. 4 and 5 reads like this. Therefore, do not go on passing judgment. That's why I didn't pass judgment on the homosexual on earth. I didn't pass judgment on him. He says, before time. But wait until the Lord comes, who will both bring to light the things hidden in the darkness. And after he brings it to light, look what he's going to do. And to disclose the motives of men's hearts. And then each man's praise will come to him from God. In other words, God is going to expose the motive of why you did. The motive of why you hate. The motive of why you slander. That's why we're talking about humility is an action of self-sacrifice. We have to forego that. We went to a restaurant, and while we were there, it was crowded in the foyer of the restaurant. And I kind of bumped into this guy, and this guy gets out of the car, and you can tell that they, kind of like gangbanging. And so, I kind of backed into him like that and everything. And he came up and said, "Hey, brother, I didn't mean to step on you like that when I did that." And I looked at him, and this guy had on all these rings and everything, and tats going all over here and everything. And so I said, "Oh, no, man, you didn't offend me. When we're in close quarters, those things happen." But now what if I had, when he kind of stepped on me, turned around and went to cuss him out?
You wouldn't be here today.
I probably would not have been here today. See, thank you, Greg. I probably would not have been here today. Because, see, God knows the motive of my heart. The motive of my heart is love. And you all know me. When I get in close cluster with people, I love being around people. People, man, I love them. We were eating and everybody's eating and I'm just looking at them eat. I'm saying, man, this is beautiful. Look at these people enjoying life. God says, I'm going to judge your motives. There's nothing like ice water. Let's keep moving. If these scriptures cannot change your mentality towards the first century mindset, then there's no fear of God in you. His commandments are ways in our nature that is to make our lives the way he intends it to be, and so that when he judges us, we won't have to back up to the judgment seat of Christ. See, when Christ judges me, James, I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk right towards him. I'm not going to be doing this. "Well, I know you know what I did. Just look away from that." No, I don't want to do that. I want to walk up. I want to bow down, and I want to say, "I did everything that you told me to do. Is there anything else that you want of me?" That's the way it is. Now, if we live a life to serve other people, we know that all of our deeds are of pure motives, not given to provide the benefits of the blessings just in our lives, but for the lives of others. And there is never a cause of harm or dismay. When you're living the humble Christian life to serve others, our main text is Acts chapter 20, verse 35. Because in Acts 20 and 35, Paul says, "In everything I showed you, that by working hard in this manner," Paul talks about how he worked as a tent maker to help the Christians out, how he helped the church. My main principle for those of you that came in late is that the pastor is not supposed to be a place or a time where all the church is just to give him all the money. He is to work to make their lives a beautiful thing to live. Let me go way back in the olden days of a preacher. When you went to church, in the olden days of the preacher and his family never had a lot of money. Mother, you know this to be true. The preacher and his family never had a lot of money. They did have a house to live in. And his children were always the quietest ones in church because he would whip them a little. He would tell his children, "You're not coming to church and act up. You ain't going to act up here." The preacher's kids had to be that way. Now, tell the truth, the preacher's kids are what? The wildest, craziest. They're the ones with the fancy clothes, the new tennis shoes, and the cars, and the women, and the, what do you call it when you get a police record? Yeah, the preacher's kids are the ones. It wasn't that way in the past.